Today, let's take a moment to reflect on some of the big stories shaping the world stage and the intricate dance of diplomacy, conflict, and unexpected developments that remind us just how connected we all are. Our eyes turn first to a story that has gripped global attention for years now, the long and fraught saga of Ukraine and Russia. There's fresh movement on that old chessboard, this time in Istanbul, where peace talks are set to bring both sides together. It's a moment heavy with hope and skepticism alike. Imagine two leaders who haven't met face-to-face since before the invasion of Ukraine more than 3 years ago, now potentially about to sit down at the same table. President Zelensky has thrown down a challenge, inviting Putin to meet personally in Turkey. It's a bold move, signaling a readiness to negotiate, but also setting a high-stakes test for Putin, who has so far avoided such direct engagement. The eyes of the world will be on Istanbul not just for the talks themselves, but for whether Putin accepts this personal invitation. Zelensky's message is clear. This is the moment for Russia to decide if it truly wants peace or if this is just another game of delay and pretense. The Kremlin has said it will send a delegation, including Foreign Minister Lavrov, but whether Putin himself will show is still undecided. Even former US President Trump, in the midst of a Middle East tour, hinted he might join the talks, adding another layer of complexity and intrigue to the proceedings. While all this unfolds, the shadow of the past weighs heavily on current events. The International Civil Aviation Organization has issued a stark statement attributing responsibility for the tragic downing of Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 in 2014 to Russia. Nearly 300 lives were lost in that disaster, and the formal international condemnation adds a painful reminder of the cost of conflict, an event that remains etched in the global conscience. Meanwhile, tensions continue to ripple outward. Poland, for example, has responded decisively to provocations on its soil by ordering the closure of the Russian consulate in Krakow after a suspicious arson attack blamed on Moscow. These kinds of moves show how the conflict's impact extends beyond battlefields, influencing diplomatic relations and security policies across Europe. Closer to home in the US, a federal judge recently allowed for the use of a nearly 230-year-old law, the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, to accelerate deportations of certain Venezuelan gang members. It's a striking example of how historical laws can find new relevance in modern challenges of security, immigration, and justice. The echoes of history often linger in unexpected ways, especially when legal tools are repurposed to meet today's demands. And just as the Earth shifts beneath us, nature made its presence felt with a 6.1 magnitude earthquake near Greece, a sobering reminder of our planet's unpredictable power and the fragility that underlines so much of our human experience. Events like this, while not political, prompt communities to come together, rebuilding and supporting one another in times of crisis. On the geopolitical front, President Trump's diplomatic tour of the Middle East, including a pivotal visit to Saudi Arabia, highlights the ongoing dance of global alliances and investment. Gulf Arab nations are actively seeking to secure American investments, signaling not only economic interests, but also strategic partnerships that could shape the region's future. These visits underline how diplomacy today is as much about business and economic influence as it is about security and peace. What ties all these stories together is a sense of a world in flux, a delicate balance between conflict and diplomacy, between past grievances and future hopes, between the inevitability of natural forces and the determined efforts of human agency to shape a better tomorrow. Each event, whether a peace talk, a legal ruling, or an earthquake, carries with it ripples that touch countless lives and remind us of the complexity and interconnectedness of our global community. So, as we look ahead, Istanbul's peace talks stand as a beacon of possibility, an opportunity to bridge divides that have seemed insurmountable. Whether or not the truce holds and whether leadership chooses dialogue over discord, these moments matter. They embody the profound human desire for peace and the efforts to find common ground even amidst deep conflict. Thank you for joining me today as we navigate these compelling stories together. If you found this conversation insightful, I invite you to like, comment, and subscribe to stay connected with the latest in news, technology, and entertainment. For more details and links to everything we've touched on, check the description below. And please share your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing your perspectives and engaging in meaningful dialogue. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed.